Hello, welcome to The Last Word, a podcast made by the Lancer Spirit, bringing you today's topics from the point of view of 4 reporters. I'm Phoebe.
I'm Madi.
I'm Kaylie.
And I'm Emma. Today's topic is, okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer. Okay, so Kaylie, what are the generations that we got today?
We'll be mainly talking about the baby boomers, who are the ones that are getting so triggered in our fine society. They're from 1946 to 1964, our largest generation that we have, because they were the most amount of babies that have ever existed.
That were born post-war.
The boom of babies.
And then we have Gen X from 1965 to 1979, which is most of the parents that we have here at LHS. And then we have our dear old millennials from 1980 to 1994, which is none of us. And then our Gen Zs from 1995 to 2012. So we have Gen Alpha after that from 2013 to 2025, which 2025 can't be a real, actual year. Like, I'm sorry, we're all gonna be dead by then.
Global warming! That's a topic for another day. So, Emma, why don't you explain to me what this meme is, okay, Boomer?
So it started off in a song by a singer called Elijah Daniels, who got really popular first off of, and now sadly dead, at Vine. He got really popular on there with one of his friends, Christine Sedelko, and I think they might have written the song together. And right before the chorus, which is literally just him saying, okay, Boomer, a bunch of times, he says, old ladies suck. You know, that man has a lot of tattoos on his face that we can't really say because it's a slur, but so one of the most popular memes of the Boomer generation, it could also be Gen X as well. Karen?
Can I speak to your manager, Karen?
No. Where's your manager?
Karens are typically the soccer moms, you know, with like the van full of kids and the bag filled with like cut up oranges for her son's soccer game, and
or Chex Mix.
Chex Mix is really good.
Chex Mix is underrated. Chex Mix is not underrated.
She has like the stupid like bowl cut, like I think it's called an A-line cut of like hair.
The boomer bob, I like to call it.
The boomer bob, and she But why do the boomers get so triggered by us saying okay, Boomer, if they call us all special snowflakes?
I mean, they all have these like. I don't think they should get offended by us calling them boomers because it's kind of what they are.
They have a superiority complex. They think they're better than every other generation. And they don't care that we have our own opinions because theirs is automatically correct because they're old as dust.
Honestly, they're very entitled to their own opinion. And they can't stand how these signs are changing usually.
They completely ruined our economy, so that's enough.
Yeah, they did some bad stuff to our economy, so I feel like we have the right to call them a boomer, and it's not a slur. I don't think it's a slur.
Literally, if that's what your generation is called, like baby boomer, how can your generation name be a slur?
Exactly.
I mean, baby boomers, I think also are very, like, set in their ways, and they're always like, oh, like, when I was your age, like, we could buy an entire mansion for a penny or a nickel or a dime, like, whatever it is that
you
they
can
want.
buy a steak for a nickel.
Please don't tell me about how I can buy steaks with nickels.
But because of inflation, now everything's worse.
And expensive.
And very expensive.
It's not their fault.
But other than that, like, boomers have had good things about them. Technology, for example.
Planes.
That was mostly Gen X, though.
Well, that's true, but
You gotta give them a little bit of
give them a little credit.
Didn't they create Gen X?
Yeah.
That's their contribution.
They also technically
Existing and creating more.
So, the boomers do have good things about them. Maddie, why don't you explain?
Alright, well, boomers obviously had the baby boom. They are the largest generation. They have the work ethic of work to get that American dream. They created the suburbs. They had the women's movement. Civil rights in general.
They were born right after the end of World War II, so they're kind of like victory babies in a sense. Like,
yeah. I mean, they kind of already established a sense of progressivism in America, and that kind of got amped up as the years go on. So What about Gen X? What's good about Gen X?
Generation X are more ethnically diverse and educated than the baby boomers, and they are more tech savvy, and they brought more of the modern family glue.
When you think about it, we wouldn't be able to have all the things that we do now without baby boomers and Gen X, when you think about it.
I think
That's true. They
baby
are
boomers
the creators.
They
did lead a path for us, and they definitely did like lift us all up and made us who we are today.
Yeah. And then we have the newer generations, millennials, who brought most of the technology that you know today, phones, blah, 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 blah. And they are the generation that listens most to the last generation. I'm going to really mention Gen Z.
Just our generation.
Our generation, yeah.
We're all Gen Zs.
Yeah. Gen Z is sort of the future generation, I guess, because Generation Alpha, we have no idea what they're going to accomplish. They're working most to make difference in climate change and stuff like that. Who was the
More
Gen Zer
society.
you mentioned?
Oh,
Greta
Greta
Thunberg.
Yes.
Yeah.
They work with more societal issues.
Yeah.
And current issues.
Just like the boomers, we have that sense of like progressivism that we kind of expanded on, but we're trying to make more of it, and some boomers are just trying to kind of, I don't want to say shut it down, but
They're
like
silencing
slow
us.
it down. Yeah.
And then there's Generation Alpha, who are too young to have any sort of impact on any of this. Yeah.
Who have new Disney Channel that's not as good.
Yeah.
Also, I think Gen X as well, and millennials probably, I think they probably work together to make a lot of the things that we love and enjoy today, like Netflix and Hulu and memes. So I think they definitely did pave a way for Gen Z and Gen
Disney
Alpha
Plus
culture.
Well, one thing that Gen Alpha does, it actually really does influence a lot of stuff that's online.
Yeah.
Look at what's happening with YouTube right now. That's all because of them, because so many children are going onto YouTube,
So
watching
had to
things
make
that they can't.
YouTube
Watch.
Gen
kids.
Alpha, they're only 6 years old at most.
Exactly. My brother's 5 years old.
I mean,
So, and I know he watches stuff he shouldn't.
the year lines are like blurred in the sense that we don't exactly know when the generations start or end. This is just an estimated version of it.
Okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer.
Thank you so much for listening to The Last Word, a podcast brought to you by the Lancer Spirit. This was our first episode titled Okay, Boomer. Signing off, I'm Emma.
I'm Phoebe.
I'm Madi.
I'm Kaylie.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.